today with AI. Of course, there are other examples, and we're struggling with perhaps approvals and just delays in some of the approvals that are required for different things. I think that's where you start to see some of the barriers. When you think about financiers, I think we see a lot of interest in financing fintech. And so for me, I would see it as something that's really enabling for that industry, and that would also be really useful in other industries that are also experimenting with technology in the place, in the industry. For big corporates, maybe the biggest thing I would say, or even regular companies, I think a big barrier is actually just allowing for testing and early adoption so that you can try something out. We can have the best technology, but if it's not, we don't create an opportunity for it to be experimented on and tried within, of course, some guardrails. I think the benefits, that's where we see a lot of things that actually get the real impact. So regulators and financials creating that environment where you can take a risk to finance something so that it's tested in the market, we learn, we grow it. Early adopters doing the same, and regulators creating that space for the experiments to happen. I guess I'm a researcher, so I really think about experimentation.
Wonderful, thank you. Dr. Mule, you are a brave man. Taking on the healthcare sector that is really viewed to be full of bureaucracy and almost impenetrable, right? What did Savannah Informatics do to make the transition, to drive technology in the healthcare space? And what did established players do differently as they navigated the shift?
Thank you, Liz, and good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. John Mube. I'm the CEO and co-founder at Savannah Informatics, and we are about 12 years old. And when I look back, what I observed we did right, and what also other companies did right, I would say we were willing to create with organizations of different sizes. Early on, I think in 2013, we think that no, I need to work with a large hospital, I need to work with an NHIF, and no, the digital size of any organization is not commensurate with the current revenue or the size of the building they occupy. Actually, the bigger the building, sometimes the more they won't see you. But I remember we had to go to Mombasa to cooperate there. So that was important. The second thing that I saw help us is that the talent market. So there were many BSc computer science programs, and just working with those universities, signing up MOUs with them giving us their best of students really helped us. I truly up to date. I'm very grateful for University of Nairobi, JPO, Strathmore. They were very helpful. And then the other thing is that when it's a new thing, people just want to pay for the license, but they might not want to pay for the other servicing cost. The integration, the new features, the customer service, the advisory meetings, many of them almost like you're a consultant to them. But I would say that it's when those are the things that they did pay for, they bought the trust and goodwill that enabled them to get into contracts. And when I think about then the private market as servicing about 3,000 hospitals and on the public health insurer about 10,000, it's all because of that trust that people know that if there's a problem, it will be fixed. So that one has helped that anyone who had a very good customer service, who was available for training, ended up with a good business 10 years later. Thank you.
Wonderful. And a lot of times when you're trying to introduce new technology, there's always the fear of balancing between alienating your customers. You have this big customer who likes things the way they like it, right? If I like coming with my book, please do not change a comma. Now you're saying, we want to introduce technology, we want to diversify revenue. How do we help businesses think through the balance when it comes to innovation?
Thank you. Innovation is important, and I could say that if the private insurance market are not innovated, then during COVID it would have been rough. But then they had already moved to paperless transactions, virtual cards, and many other things that we already had released to them around 2016. So that's really helped them for the worst it can ever get as deal with COVID. So when I'm working with customers, I'll try to show them also what we are working on, because almost every customer will have a chance to renew their contract or to negotiate it. So that's important. I have to show them that. Now, how do I serve the private insurer while still also servicing maybe a large telco and its public health insurer? Now, that's the challenge, and that's the challenge we had a year ago at a time like this. And it was more showing that until both public and private market get to par with access to health insurance, with hospitals being paid and the like, we will all have a very small private healthcare market and a struggling public one. And just because there are about 2 million Kenyans with private health insurance does not mean there's not another market with 54 million Kenyans who can get public health insurance right. And I think they got half of it. So that was hard. I don't think I still have the answer. What I can say is you have to deal with that uncertainty every day. You have to anticipate that more will be asked of you even by the newer customer than the old ones, because the old ones, they have established processes. The newer ones, especially the public, they would like to do a lot within a short time. Finally, if we don't strengthen our current customers and their processes, they'll get disrupted. And that truth, and show them every day, to them every day, help them work on R&D as much as they work on operational things that they are exciting, but no one wants to take the risk of the unknown. So the unknown is important. It's the one that will protect us during the bad day. Thank you.
Wonderful. Looking back, who would you say were the biggest winners in this digital transformation, and how did they capture the most value out of it?
So I would say I was a big winner, but I would say observing even telcos and banks, and I was looking at hospitals and private insurance. I would say one, whoever had talent, whoever was working with the TVETs, with the universities, to tell them, instead of complaining that the talent we are giving us is not correct, whoever worked with the university to say, hey, make sure they also read this book even as they read your other compulsory books. That person ended up doing well. So whoever had a connection to UN and Strathmore and JQuat ended up doing well. Secondly, whoever had a very good distribution process, the one that can get you customers through an aggregated point. Like we were talking earlier about, if you are with a large insurer, you can get 200,000 people on cover. If you work with Shell, you can get 27 million. And those are facts. So whoever gets that part has access to a life. So whoever partnered with customers that had already aggregated. Then finally, whoever also created a lot of intellectual property. I don't know whether the construction team also looks at that Kenya Industrial Property journal, but that journal is very important. So whoever in that journal in a single year has 50, at least 50 plus, that 50 plus trademarks, patents, utility models, that person is preparing for a good win 5 years later. So it doesn't mean that if you are publishing your trademark today, you do well, but whoever is publishing, whoever is attending the conferences, whoever is partnering with the universities, whoever has a good distribution process, and whoever takes the risk on new technologies. So I remember early on when we came to the market in 2013, we said we will work with every vendor that needs to be aggregated through our technologies. And we published all those APIs on our website. We didn't make money with them, but the fact that we put them out there, it helps so many other vendors and startups connect with us. And it's the same thing even now for all the private insurance, same thing even for the social authority, that if you need to connect as a technology startup, the technologies are out there. So whoever also made open some of their IP. Thank you.
Wonderful. Great. Next, Dr. Wayua, what you guys don't know about her, she's actually a developer as well. So she's a woman who wears many hats. You are on the